lovely people, and welcome back to your day 10 of our 30-day October challenge. For today, I have got us a spicy glutes and abs sequence for today. So you'll just be needing your light pair of dumbbells, and that is all. And we're going to start with our supine abdominals. So just grabbing one dumbbell to start, rolling down on our backs. Beautiful. Just starting class with a couple deep breaths first, so your arms can open out to find that cactus position. Just inhaling through your nose, feel your belly rise, and as you exhale, imprint that lower back down onto your mat. Beautiful. Inhale, arch, back arches. And as we exhale, pulling your belly button down towards your spine. Nice work. All right, we're grabbing hold of that dumbbell now. Both of your legs are coming onto that mat. We can start by floating our left leg to our tabletop position. Inhale, breath. We're sweeping that arm overhead. And as we exhale, we're curling it up and over to that left. Beautiful. So inhale, we lower. Exhale, we're finding that crunch and twist at the top. Beautiful. So each time we take that crunch, I want you to think about lifting that right shoulder blade high off that mat. Awesome. That left knee is stacked over our hips the entire time, keeping it in that true tabletop position. We've got that 90-90 bend through that left leg. Beautiful. Nice. Checking in, making sure that lower back is snug onto our mat. It doesn't start to flare up as we start to fatigue through those abs. All right, we're gonna start to add on. So this next time we lift up, can you hold? Can we extend that right leg long? This time, can we lower that leg as we sweep those arms overhead? Exhale, we lift. Beautiful. Inhale to lower, and then we take that crunch. Nice work. So we're adding a little bit more lower abdominals here as well. So it's even more important to keep that tight rib to hip connection. Nice work. Beautiful. Chin should stay nice and tucked. Our gaze is looking down towards our stomach each time we find that crunch at the top. You guys are looking good. Just giving me 5 more like this. Lifting up a little bit higher for 4, 3, 2, lovely work. On 1, we're lifting up and holding there, just working to sweep down with that leg and back up. We sweep down and lift. Lovely, chest stays high. Option is to drop it down. Beautiful. Otherwise, we're staying like this for 5. Here for 4, 3, 2. Nice work. On 1, it sweeps up. This time, we're gonna lengthen those arms, only dropping our chest to halfway. Exhale, crunch. Nice. Lengthen and crunch. Keeping that chest high here, team. Just working the top range of that crunch. Just here for 5, 4, beautiful, for 3, 2, we're gonna meet in your crunch on 1. Can you crunch and hold? Just pulsing that dumbbell up and up. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can lower it back down. Drawing your knees into your chest. Lovely work. Abs should be feeling nice and warm for us now. We're rolling on up and we're going to go for a standing lunge series next. Nice. Dumbbells just come to the top of your mat, but this lunge series will be body weight. So standing on up, rolling those shoulders back and down, arms long at our sides. Inhale, we're stepping our right foot back as we sweep those arms to find our lunge, and then we drive on up. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale to stand. Beautiful. So keeping those arms nice and long here. We want them to frame our ears each time we reach the bottom of your lunge. Nice. Beautiful. You tapping that back knee each time we sink low. Lovely work. All right, this next one, let's sink down and hold. We're adding 3 pulses. 1, 2, and on 3 we drive on up. Nice. So we sink down for 1, 2, and on 3 fully lift up. Beautiful. We're just adding that time under tension. Adding those bottom ranges. Thinking about nudging that left glute back to keep those hips square towards the front of your mat. Nice, team. All right. We're going to add on. This is our last one of driving up high. This time we're going to take those pulses, and can you pulse up and hold? Instead of standing, we're straightening our back leg as arms sweep behind us, finding that glute lunge. We hinge back up to 90-90, 3 pulses. 1, 2, and on 3, glute lunge. This is our combo, focusing on staying nice and low and loaded. Beautiful. Just here for 4 more like this, team. Nice. Here for 3. Sweeping those pinkies behind us as we hinge forward. Final 2. All right, last one like this. We're gonna find that glute lunge. Nice. All together, we're refinding our 90-90. Beautiful. We're stepping our right leg over to find a curtsy lunge. Nice. It returns through center before we press all the way up into a power press. Leg hovers, arms at the back. This is our combo. 90-90, curtsy. 90-90, power press. Lovely work. All right, for this sequence, don't be scared to try and speed it up if your balance is there today. Beautiful. Still tapping that knee each time we're low in those lunges. Just giving me 3 more like this. Burning out for this left-hand side. Nice work, staying focused. Final one, we take that power press. Lovely work, we meet at the bottom of your lunge. Final push now, team. We're hinging forward and rising up. We hinge, we rise. Lovely work. Just giving me 5 like this. Then some pulses and you are done for this lunge set. Here for 3. Here for 2. Lovely work. On 1, we find the 90-90. We're pulsing it out. Down and up. Beautiful. Here for 5. You guys have got it. Here for 4, 3, 2. On 1, we hold and rise on up. Nice work. And roll out those shoulders. Take our forward fold. Letting that head hang heavy here. You can grab hold onto either elbow if that feels good. Just bending through that right leg. Left arm opens up towards that sky. Nice, and swapping it on over. Opening that right arm up towards that sky. Okay, we're gonna grab those dumbbells and come facing me now. Finding an external rotation through those feet. Legs are nice and wide. Palms are flipped to face me. Beautiful. Inhaling, we're sinking down low to find a sumo squat. Exhale, we drive. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. All right. Focusing on finding that depth of range each time we hit the bottom of that squat team. Chest stays proud, shoulders are rolled back and down. Nice work. This next time we sink low, can you hold? We're taking one curl. Lowering before we rise. Nice. So adding that curl, focusing on holding low in that squat. Nice work. We're driving through the heels of our feet here. You should be able to wiggle those toes up off the mat. Nice work. Just here for 4 more before we're changing it up. Final 3. Lovely. Here for 2. Last one. All right, we're gonna rise on up. This time we're meeting at the bottom of that squat. We're pressing up to standing as we circle arms up and around before tapping at the bottom. We press and lower. Awesome. Moving into these around the worlds. Nice. Not sacrificing on that depth of range, team. Beautiful. Lovely. You're here for 5. Here for 4. 3. 2. Nice work. On 1. We meet at the bottom. Just holding low. We're working those curls. Up and releasing. Awesome. We've just got these and some pulses. I'm right here with you. We're just giving me 5 more like this. Knees ascending out. Don't let them collapse in. Here for 4. 3. 2. Beautiful. On 1. We release those arms. We're just pulsing those legs down and down. Beautiful. Keeping the nice turnout through our legs. Final push here in these squats. Giving me 5. Here for 4. 3. 2. And 1. Driving all the way up. Feet can turn and lowering those dumbbells down. Walking those hands over towards our left leg. Sending nose, knee to nose. And changing it on over. Beautiful. When you're ready, we're lying on down and we're going to do all that good stuff on the other side. So we're going to move into that supine abdominal set. So this time that right leg is going to float to our tabletop. Dumbbells coming over the line of our chest. We're starting by sweeping that dumbbell overhead, and then as we exhale, curling it up and over past that right knee. Beautiful. Inhale, lower, and exhale to take that crunch. Beautiful. So taking these first few reps really nice and slowly. I want you to think about finding a nice deep twist at the top of this crunch. Seeing how high we can get that left shoulder blade up off that mat this time. Nice. Seeing if we can find that twist and hold for a second at the top before we release it all the way back down. Just giving me 2 more before we add on. Last one, just like this. All right, this next one, we curl up. Can you hold? Can we lengthen that top leg out this time? As we lower, leg sweeps down, arms sweep overhead. Exhale to crunch everything in. Nice. Beautiful. So that lower abdominal will add more pressure and load our leg will add more load through those lower abdominals. Nice. So making sure that lower back isn't sneaking off the mat, keeping that nice imprinted spine, that short rib to hip connection. Beautiful, just giving me 4 more like this. Can you lift up a little bit higher? Here for 3. Lovely, for 2. All right, on 1. We meet at the top. We're just working that leg sweep down and up to the sky. Down and up to the sky, keeping that chest high. Option is to drop it down if you need to. We're here for 4. Here for 3. Awesome, for 2. On 1, dumbbell sweeps up. This time as we lower, we're lowering the chest to halfway as arms sweep overhead, and then exhaling to curl. Lower halfway and crunch. Just here for 5, working this top range. For 4. You're nearly there. For 3. We've just got some pulses left. 2, last one like this. We meet at the top. Can we hold there? Pulsing that dumbbell now up and across. Beautiful. Final count for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We lower down, drawing your knees into your chest. Knees can come nice and wide. Just taking a windscreen wiper with those legs, you can tee those arms, dropping both knees over towards our left and flicking it over towards the right. Beautiful. All right. Grabbing the back of those legs, we're rolling on up. We're going straight into that lunge series. So when you're ready, we're rising on up, standing at the top of our mat, arms long at our sides. This time we're stepping that left leg back as we sweep those arms overhead and pressing up. Beautiful. So we're just working the step back lunge with that sweep. Beautiful. Each time we find that drive, we're sending those pinkies back behind us, finding a little squeeze through that upper back. Beautiful. Just here for 2 more before we add that pulse. Nice work. Last one like this. All right, we're sinking down and holding there. We're pulsing up an inch, down, up for a second time, down before we drive on up. Beautiful. So we're pulsing for 1, pulsing for 2, and coming up for that 3rd. Lovely work. This is our combo. Building that time under tension, team, for that right glute. Beautiful. Not rushing these bottom ranges here. Rather than just bopping up and down in that pulse, I'd rather you really control that movement and wrap on through that right working glute. Nice. You've just got 4 more like this. Final 3 now, team. Keeping those arms nice and high. Are they still framing our ears? Nice. 2 more. Last one. Before we switch it up. Last time, rising up to standing. This next time, we're taking those 3 bottom ranges instead of rising. We're straightening our back legs, sweeping those hands back. We sink down. We take those 3 pulses before we hinge forward into that glute lunge. Nice work. So we're ditching that respite and rest we're getting at the top of that lunge. Awesome. Each time we sweep those arms back, making sure you're fully lengthening out through that back leg. Just giving me 2 more full reps like this. Beautiful, last one. All right, we're stepping in, taking a quick moment. All together, we're sinking into that 90-90, mixing it up. Can we step that across to our curtsy lunge, back to center before we take that power press? You've got it. We lunge back, step across to curtsy, back through center, and drive on up. Whew. Lovely work. This is our little burner. Moving into that final sort of finisher for our legs today. So staying with me, pushing through that fatigue. This is where muscle growth happens, team. Beautiful. Just giving me 3 more like this. Still tapping that knee down in those lunges. Final 2. Last one here. We're taking that power press. Awesome. Holding for a second at the top. All together, we're sinking into that 90-90 lunge and holding. Just working that chest tilt forward and upright. We tilt and lift. Awesome. Here like this for 4. Then some pulses and you guys are all done for the side. You're nearly there for 3. Here for 2. On 1, we find that lunge, sweep those arms, we're pulsing it out. Final count now, lengthening that pulse if you can, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stepping all the way in. Nice, nice work. Rolling those shoulders out. Popping on down. Nice. We've just got 1 absolute final finisher of class for those abs. So when you're ready, just come in a seated position on our mat. Awesome. We're going to grab both of those dumbbells and press them up towards the sky. Feet are planted. Inhale. We're tucking through your tailbone, rolling back to find our C-shaped spine as dumbbells come in front of our chest. Exhaling, we're lifting up to take that press. Beautiful. So inhaling, sending belly button behind us, and then rolling on up to that high position at the top. Awesome. So as we work these rollbacks, really important that you focus on that articulation, tune into our bodies, and really work piece by piece with our spine. Nice. All right, we're gonna add on. So this next time we roll back, can you hold? Can we bend through that right arm as we take that twist? Center, left arm bends as we take that twist. Center and rising on up. Awesome, sinking low. We take that twist at the bottom. If these dumbbells feel too heavy, team, feel free to ditch it and just move through those arm bends without any weights. Nice work. Otherwise, you're just gonna give me 2 more full reps like this. Awesome. Last one. Okay, we're all gonna meet at the top. Dumbbells overhead, all together. Let's sink down low, finding that C-shaped spine. Dumbbells come together, elbows are wide. We're twisting over towards our right and then to our left. Beautiful, working these Russian twists. Nice, thinking about opening up to either side with those shoulders. Keeping those feet planted down on your mat. Just here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Can we return through center? Lengthen those arms, just pulsing back and back, sending that belly button back behind us. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower back down. Nice work. Legs are going to extend up towards that sky. Fingertips come to your temples. Final finisher. We're just lowering those legs and lifting them back up. Nice work. We're straight into it, team. Keeping those ankles and knees glued together. If you're feeling up for it, for that final set of class, can you take a crunch as those legs lift? Beautiful. Inhale as we lower. Exhale, we take that curl at the top. Just here for 5. Final 4 and a hold, and you guys are done. For 3. Beautiful. For 2. Nice, team. Last crunch here. Can we sweep those arms forward? We're lowering those legs to a point you can manage. Final hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering back down. Nice work. You guys absolutely smashed it. That is all the hard work done for class. When you're ready, just lengthening out through that left leg, drawing that right knee into our chest. Just taking some deep circles with that leg. Awesome. Left hand can hold leg, right arm tees out to the other side, just twisting that knee down towards the ground as our gaze looks over that right shoulder. And returning through center, left knee draws into chest, taking some deep circles with that leg. Right hand holds knee as we open that left arm to a T, dropping that knee down and over, gaze looking over that left shoulder. And returning through center, grabbing the back of those legs, rolling on up, bringing the soles of your feet together into a butterfly stretch, rising up nice and high. Beautiful. And as you exhale, can just take a gentle forward fold here. Beautiful, and when you're ready, we can swivel on round to face me. We've just got the final last deep breath of class. So when you're ready, just taking that nice inhale breath, arm sweep high, and exhaling, sighing everything out. That is all us done for day 10 of the 30-day challenge. That was a full glutes and ab class for you people. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much.